Mike McWhorter, come to the hot seat.
Becky, that's the shortest introduction I've ever had. I like it. That's good. If y'all don't mind, I'm going to lay this down. I've always been able to make myself heard, and I hate microphones. I will use them if I really need them, but I'd really rather just talk. I'm Mike McWhorter, and I'm running for governor, if y'all have not heard that. I've now been in something like about 65 counties in the state of Tennessee, and I'm going to be in all 95 by the end of March. I can assure you, I'm right on target to do that. I think by next week I will have been in 70 different counties. And I will tell you, the reoccurring question as I go into all of these communities is, Mike, knowing what the tough economic challenges are, why would you want to run for governor now? And I will tell you, the simple answer to that is, when you look across the landscape of Tennessee, we have all seen thousands of jobs literally disappearing in our state. Our state unemployment rate is running right at 10.9%. That's the highest it's ever been in my lifetime. Tennessee needs a governor who will put the creation and savings of jobs, maintenance of jobs, front and center on the agenda. And that is why I'm running for governor. I'm a businessman. I'm not a politician. But when I look at this state, I see some huge issues in our future in healthcare, in education, and now more than ever in unemployment. The next governor of this state needs to be somebody, an individual, with the skills and the background who understands how to build this economy, how to create jobs, and I think most importantly, how to maintain jobs in Tennessee. You may ask, how will that be done? And I know it sounds like a cliche, but we have to get greater accountability out of state government. We have to put people ahead of politics now. We've got to be collectively building an education system in this state that allows our kids to compete on a global basis. And you're going to have to be able to balance the state budget without an income tax in such a way as not to harm essential services for our working families, but at the same time, be able to build our infrastructure so that we can create jobs. And these are challenges I can meet because I have spent my lifetime in business creating jobs. I want to tell y'all a little bit about my background because I know y'all all know me as Ned McWhorter's son, and I'm very proud of that, I can assure you. But I went from the first grade to the 12th grade in public schools in Union City, Tennessee. Benny's here from Obion County. I grew up mowing lawns in the summertime, and I worked at my grandmother's meat and breed in Dresden, Tennessee. She had a restaurant over there, busting tables on weekends for just about the time I could walk. It's the same job my father had as a youngster. She owned that restaurant for about 40 years. It was a city cafe. I went on to college, and I went to law school, and when I was in college, I can assure you, my father always made certain that I had a job at the Goodyear plant in Union City, Tennessee. My job there was to hand stack the tires onto the trailers for shipment out of that plant. Now, I've hauled a little hay in my life, as little hay as I could possibly get away with, but I can assure you, being out in those trailers in 100-degree weather is about as close to hauling hay as any job you're ever going to find. Then I took a leave of absence. I had law practice in Nashville, and I took a leave of absence from my law practice in 1986 because I wanted to campaign in my father's effort to be elected governor. And I found out after he got elected that you really just can't ethically practice law in the capital city of the state where your father's the governor and appoints all the judges. So I started looking for another career, and I got a chance to buy a business in Jackson, Tennessee, as Jimmy knows. A lot of people think I went right back into a family business. I didn't. I borrowed the money, I took that risk, and along with the great team of people that we have in our company, we paid back our debts, we built our business, and I think we did a really good organization. I've been married to the same great gal, Mary Jane. Some people might say she's the most unfortunate person in Tennessee, but I've been married to the same great gal, Mary Jane, for the last 20 years. We've got 2 kids. They're 18 and 16. And now that I've got one that's looking at going off to college, I can tell you my dreams for both of them are that they can come to this state where they can find good paying jobs, have adequate, affordable health care, and be able to raise families of their own. Now, for that to happen, for their entire generation of Tennesseans, we have to have strong leadership now in state government. My father taught me the most important job of being governor is to put the interests of people in Tennessee first. If you do that, everything else will fall in line. Ladies and gentlemen, I can assure you I will work very hard in the role of the next governor. And I can also tell you that we will have a new governor. And I am fortunate to know that I will have the best advisor that any new governor ever had. And after I'll be 54 on Thursday. After 54 years, I've learned to listen to him. I saw a lot of y'all outside, and let me conclude by telling y'all a story on my dad. Everybody's asked about his health. He's a little arthritic in his hip. He's very engaged in the campaign. His eyesight is not as good as it has been in the past, and it won't get any better. We understand that. He still drives, so I don't mean to alarm anybody, but he's definitely planning his tour of Tennessee, and he just doesn't move quite as fast as I do. He turned 79 on October 15th, and I went to him and I said, "Dad, what do you want for your birthday?" And he said, "Oh, Mike, there's nothing you can buy me." And that truer words were never spoken because this man is impossible to buy for. But I said, "Well, I do like to get you something." He said, "No, don't worry about it. Don't buy anything." He said, "But I'm going to buy myself a convertible." And now we're both bald. And I said, "Dad, why would you want to buy a convertible?" He said, "Well, you're going to find this out this spring, but all of these communities are going to have a parade and a festival, and Mike, you won't be able to go to all of them, and I kind of expect they'll want me to come and ride in some of those parades." And I said, "Well, I expect you're probably right, but Dad, when you get there, they normally will furnish you a car." And he said, "Well, you'll find this out too. It'll be one of those low-slung things like a Corvette." And he said, "Gravity will get me down in it, but it takes a crane to get me out of it." And I said, "Okay." And he said, "I want something I can sit in with a little more dignity and get in and get out of." I said, "Okay, that's great." So I was over in Knoxville about 3 weeks later, and as y'all all know, bloggers are everywhere these days. And one of them came up to me and said, "How engaged do you think your father will be in this campaign?" And I said, "Well, do you know him?" And the blogger said, "Well, yeah, I do. I know him pretty well." And I said, "Well, let me put it this way. He's planning to go out and buy his own convertible parade car, so I think he's planning to be pretty engaged." And so the blogger wrote an article about our campaign, and he headlined it, "McWhorter to go topless in campaign." You know, I would be delighted to open this up for any questions or suggestions. I don't know, Vicki, is that appropriate?
I think we're just gonna let everybody speak a little, Fred. We had fun missing in action, that we're gonna be here.
If there are any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them. I know I'll be in your counties, we'll be one-on-one as we're busy. I've been in many of them already, but if you have any thoughts or suggestions, please feel free to, I don't know if you want to ask them today or if you want to be one-on-one. Well, my last name is McWhorter, and we love asphalt, so.